Thanks so much for being here, Eric. I'm so excited to chat with you, to say the least.
Likewise, likewise.
All right, let's jump right in. Looney Tunes is a mainstay. It has been around since 1930. Did you know
Hmm.
that?
Oh yeah, no, they are entering their 90th year pretty much of existence for the most part. And I always ask Porky, "How do you look so good?" He's like,
I always moisturize, hydrate and moisturize. Okay. Yeah. Who needs Botox when you have cartoons?
Oh my gosh, I could listen to you do that all day. Seriously, it's so entertaining. And it's something that has stood the test of time. And I remember watching Looney Tunes growing up on Saturday morning cartoons and Daffy and Donald and all the whole slew of characters that were a part of it. And it's so memorable for a lot of people. So tell us some about this new film and the journey we go on.
basically, it's the first standalone Looney Tunes movie
Without the help of AI or basketball players.
it's their own movie, and not even the whole gang is in this one. It's just Porky and Daffy. And if you're a Looney Tunes fan, you will recognize Sylvester and Tweety, Roadrunner and Coyote,
Even rabbit season, duck season.
you'll remember Bugs and Daffy, but not a lot of people remember that Porky and Daffy were a pair. It was kind of like the wacky crazy duck and then this mild mannered pig, and is always like, how is Daffy going to ruin Porky's life today? And now we have this 90-minute story that kind of even explores a possible origin story of theirs, that they could have been brothers growing up on this barn with with Farmer Jim, and then there's an alien invasion. So who better to save planet Earth than Porky and Daffy? But who's going to save them is the question.
Yes, you make a good point that they are like this ragtag duo of like, this can't be our only option, but they are the only option and they balance each other out so well, don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like they don't even know. Like, I think at some moment in the film, the fact that the Earth is about to blow up takes a backseat to their personal drama, and I think that makes it even funnier. Is that they're even beyond what is happening in the movie and just really concentrated on working their issues out.
What I love so much about Looney Tunes in general, but especially these two characters, is that even Daffy, when he's awkwardly trying to do things, he has a good, his heart's in the right spot, but he
Yes.
struggles to do right with that sometimes, but his heart is always in the right spot.
You see, finally, someone that gets me. You see, I just try my hardest, and that's all I do. Yeah, but it costs me, Daffy. What about Porky? That should go on a t-shirt.
It really should. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have to ask you then, what is it like voicing these characters, but different characters? Like, how do you get in the zone to be Daffy? How do you get in the zone to be Porky? Like, what is that transition like?
Well, I had a lifetime of watching Mel Blanc perfect these characters again in the 40s. He created not just the sound, but these are well thought out personalities. And again, the fact that we are still talking about these characters in 2025 just goes to show how effective his work was, what kind of impact his work left on you, me, everyone that is going to see this film. But yeah, it had an everlasting effect on me. Let's just say it helped shape my sense of humor for sure.
So I have this theory that a lot of us, like what we grow up to be or whatever, like you can see it manifest from a young age. So for example, all my report cards said talk too much in class. Now I'm a TV host. Like it all works out. So I would assume your report card said, is the
Oh yeah.
class clown?
Yes, I've said that to almost every person I've talked to today. Is that I'm guessing that you're the class clown, the standout that would often entertain people. And for me in high school, the promise of finishing my work would lead to being able to do the morning announcements on the PA system the next day. So that was my job. So I would do impressions of not just the Looney Tunes, but like, "Woo, Homer Simpson, Marge, there's hot dogs in the cafeteria."
Oh, Homer, that's not good for you. High in cholesterol.
So yeah, like I mean, I would do all sorts of characters, and it's reactions like that that would be more fuel for the fire.
And now I could say, "What's up, Doc?" and get a paycheck for it, which is good because my son needs braces.
seriously, now you get paid to do it. Like that's how I feel too, as someone who gets paid to talk. I'm like, take that, teachers.
There it is. There it is.
I love that so much. The other thing that I have this romanticized thing in my head of people who do voiceover is that, like, as an actor, you have to go to set and the makeup and the clothing.
Oh, yeah.
You can just walk in your PJs, right?
That about 60% of Space Jam: A New Legacy was recorded at home in the master bedroom closet of my house. So, and it's funny because now it really is an option still to go in or stay home. And I bought a professional booth, and they're like, "Did you change your setup?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a nice whisper room." And they're like, "Can you actually go bring your microphone back into the closet? Because it sounds better in there." So, it's funny how things work out.
So for people who are taking their kiddos to this, obviously, can the adults expect to really enjoy themselves as well?
Oh, absolutely. And that's always been the Looney Tunes ways, that it's always been just a little touch grittier than most of your other traditional family cartoon movies. There's always something in there for the adults. And then later on, when the kids get older, they can go, "Oh, that's what it was." A little inside humor. But aside from it harkening back to the golden age of animation, it's a 2D animated feature film. When's the last time we even saw that? A hand-drawn 2D movie. So if you are a Looney Tunes fan, this is right up your alley.
I love the old school 2D, honestly. I know they're always make it more real in this. And I'm like, what if we didn't though?
Then you got this. This is the result.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think is on the horizon for the Looney Tunes in the future?
I mean, it's hard for me to say that it was a miracle that this got out, but it was. We're in this stage of Hollywood where it's trying to figure out what's going to do best for not just the audience but for the studio. And luckily, Looney Tunes is evergreen, and they would take a chance on something like this. But we definitely have to thank distribution companies like Ketchup Entertainment that kind of stepped in when they were having trouble finding distribution. And the only hope again is that it does well, which I imagine it might, just to do more. I mean, these are iconic characters that I feel deserve to have more of a chance in the spotlight and deserve to connect with our younger generations. Hopefully it does well enough for them to even go back and watch the originals.
I love that so much. Eric, thank you so much for the time. It was a blast to chat with you. And I can only imagine the fun you have with, like, when you get the robocallers or the people who call your phone, the spam. I would go nuts.
That, but I also do it at the drive-thru at In-N-Out in California.
I'll have a combo 2, animal style, please.
Yeah. And on that note, I'll say,
that's all, folks.
I love it so much. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.